One night in the New York Zoo, Private raced a car while Skipper timed him. They were close to beating their track record, until Private slammed on the brakes. "Private, what was that?" yelled Skipper. Private waved hello to a cricket crossing the road, a cricket he was not going to run over, even if it meant losing the race. "Sorry, I guess nice guys really do finish last," said Private. The next morning, a large round thing landed in front of the penguins. It rolled into the diving hole like a golf ball. Then it popped back out and sprung open into an armadillo. "I am the Armadillo Kid," said the armadillo. "Should I know you?" said Skipper. He wasn't impressed by the kid's Western accent or scared by his tough cowboy pose. "Only if your name is Mr. Tux," said the kid. Private immediately slid behind his friends, hoping not to be seen. Skipper wondered if maybe Mr. Tux was one of his own top-secret identities that he had forgotten about. He looked through a stack of photos of himself in silly undercover outfits. There was Magician Skipper, Lounge Singer Skipper, and Stinking Rich Skipper. But there was no picture of Skipper in a tuxedo. Private had to admit the truth about his past, or the kid would never leave him be. "I am Mr. Tux," said Private. The kid placed a fancy bow tie on Private's chest. "Mr. Tux and me have some unfinished business," said the kid. "I'm a different man now," said Private, ripping off the bow tie. "I told you, never again." Private ran off, leaving the penguins confused about what was going on. Was there something about Private they didn't know? "Never say never, unless it's when you're saying never to never," the kid called after him. Down in Penguin headquarters, the kid bounded onto the table with a plate of pancakes, bacon, and eggs arranged in a smiley face. "Might make you change your mind. What do you say, Mr. Tux?" said the kid. Private pushed the kid away. "Mr. Tux left nothing but a trail of broken hearts," wailed Private. "And I will not play your cursed game." The kid's face got red with anger. "We'll just see about that, Mr. Tux," he said before he left. Private was just about to explain everything when Marlene came in, alerting the penguins that the kid was up to no good. They scooted up the ladder to investigate. "Hey, what's the deal?" asked Skipper. He wasn't sure why the kid and King Julian were holding golf clubs. It seemed strange. "Just warming up on the locals before I whoop Mr. Tux," said the kid innocently. Skipper couldn't believe what he was seeing. The cursed game Private never wanted to play again was mini-golf. King Julian didn't care much that he was about to lose a bet he made with the kid about who would win. But Marlene saw right through the kid's plan. "He's tricking you, Julian," said Marlene. She could tell that the kid was an expert mini-golfer. The kid hit the tiny white ball. It flew straight through a cutout of a clown's mouth, knocked against some wooden pegs, and rolled into the hole. The kid smiled proudly. Now it was King Julian's turn to play. No way he would be able to beat the kid. "What do you have left to bet?" asked Private. Julian pointed up to a ledge where Maurice and Mort were watching the game. "Nothing too valuable, only my loyalist subjects," he said. Skipper had had enough of this weaselly armadillo. "This isn't fair, kid. That shot is impossible," he said. The kid twirled his golf club and smirked. "Impossible for him, maybe, but not for Mr. Tux," the kid said, pointing his club at Private. Private knew he had to save Maurice and Mort, even if it meant doing the unthinkable. In the blink of an eye, Private snatched a club and stepped up to the ball. He took a swing. Thwonk! The ball sliced through the air, went up a ramp, through a little windmill, and plopped into the hole. While his friends clapped in amazement, Private felt terrible. He gasped and ran away. The penguins and Marlene went down to Penguin headquarters to check on their friend. "Private, what could possibly be so bad about mini-golf?" Skipper asked. It's Minnie. Private opened a safe and pulled out a club and bow tie. Memories of himself as Mr. Tux flooded his mind. It wasn't the game, Private said grimly. It's what it did to me. Private spoke about a time long, long ago when he ruled the mini-golf scene. I started playing for fun, but I was good. Too good. Pretty soon every young punk who thought he could shoot a straight putt came looking for me, wanting to take down Mr. Tux. Then one day, a young armadillo was playing me tough. I started to worry that for the first time, I might lose. So I did the unthinkable. Full of emotion, Private shared with his friends what happened next. The awful thing he did that made him quit mini-golf forever. To make the winning shot, Private bounced the ball off of a little girl's strawberry ice cream cone. The ice cream fell to the ground, and the girl was very sad. Private's friends didn't quite understand what the big deal was. You quit the game over an ice cream cone? Asked Kowalski. It was a double scoop, cried Private, and the pressure of the competition was making me tart. Suddenly, the kid's voice boomed over the loudspeaker. What do you say, Mr. Tux? Fancy a little game? The penguins raced over to the door. It was glowing. Our thermofusion reactor, cried Kowalski. He tried to shut it off, but the kid had changed the password, and now they were all in danger of the reactor exploding. No one gets out of here until I've had my game with Mr. Tux, warned the kid. The gates and doors all throughout the zoo clanged shut. The penguins agreed that the kid had gone totally insane, and that there was probably no way they could fix the reactor. Private grabbed his club and bow tie. It was time to stand up to the kid, once and for all. It was time for him to be a hero. If he wants Mr. Tux, I'll give him Mr. Tux, Private said with determination. Kid and Private met on the mini-golf course. You're going to give me your best game, Mr. Tux, said the kid. Private ignored him and focused on hitting the ball. Thwack! The ball hit 3 bowling pins, went through a tunnel, then dropped into the hole. The kid frowned. During the next round, the kid got a hole-in-one. Yee-haw! He howled. This time, Private frowned. Meanwhile, the penguins were trying their best to shut down the reactor. The instruction manual is around here somewhere, yelled Kowalski. The reactor whirred and sputtered like it was about to erupt at any second. Skipper held up a piece of paper. Got it! No, wait. This is for the microwave. Back at the game, the kid and Private were tied. Private had to make the next shot, or the kid would destroy the zoo with the reactor. But the kid wasn't playing fair. He made Private's ball land in the gutter. Oopsie, snickered the kid. Private stared hard at the kid. He wasn't going down without a fight. The animals watched nervously as Private took his last shot. The ball went up a wall, across a bridge, down a ladder, and then landed at the edge of the hole. It's all over! I'm the best! Yee-haw! Bragged the kid. He held onto the reactor's remote control. One press of the button, and the zoo would be history. Private walked up behind the kid. You might want to take back that yee-haw, said Private. Huh? Asked the kid. The ball started rolling toward the hole and went in. Private took the remote and turned off the reactor. Everyone cheered. He had saved the zoo. Private couldn't wait to say goodbye to the kid forever. You wanted my best game? How did it taste? Like a tall glass of loser? Said Private. Kinda, the kid gulped. He shrank into a ball, and Private swung his club. The kid disappeared over the zoo wall. There was something about Private's shot that didn't quite add up. So how did you do it, Private? Asked Kowalski. No one needed to know that he had had a little help from his new friend, the cricket. The same cricket he had stopped the race car for the other night. Private had the perfect answer. Let's just say, nice guys don't always finish last.